Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Friday, January 25th. And as we put the time lapse in motion from yesterday, you can see while we started out with some dry pavement, snow showers moved in and turned us white here through the course of the afternoon. Not a lot of snow, but certainly enough to slicken things up just a bit. Life-threatening cold is expected from the National Weather Service as we get into the middle of next week. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And that'll follow what could be a pretty significant Alberta Clipper system that could bring us a half a foot or more of snow. And again, last night's computer run here at the MAC location, that's our own in-house weather model, produced about 5 to 9 inches of snow. And this morning's run is up to about 8 to 12 inches of snow. Some models show less than that, some show just as much, and we'll get to those in just a moment. And if we look at the normals for today, our normal high is 29, the normal low is 14. Yesterday we had a high of 27 and a low of 24, so not a big difference in temperatures. Certainly much cooler out there this morning, we'll show you that. And so far for the month of January, we're down now to 1.7 degrees above normal per day, and we expect that to go colder than normal here over the next 3 or 4 days. We'll finally see this go into negative territory. We picked up about 2/100 of an inch of precipitation yesterday, about 100 since midnight. That equates to about 4/10 of an inch of snow, now giving us 18.7 so far for the season. Out there this morning, you see temperatures range from a low of 6 at Lakeview to 14 at Brown City. And again, you can see where the winter weather advisories are for that lake effect snow across the western part of the state. But snow showers will make it again inland, especially across the I-96 and I-94 corridor. But we could see a trace to an inch of snow in these areas as well. And if we look at the satellite view, boy, you can really clearly see where that lake effect snow develops across Lake Michigan, and its feeder bands moving well inland across much of the area. And again, you can see the very cold temperatures up in Canada, and some clouds coming in with a next week's upper level system, but that'll just enhance the snow showers here as we go through the mid and late morning into the afternoon hours. And if we look at that radar, you can see those feeder bands coming off the Great Lakes, lake effect snow, definitely affecting all the Great Lakes snow machines here this morning. On the weather map, you can see we're going to skip ahead to Sunday. This will be our Clipper system that drops down into Missouri, and then it's going to cut towards Lake Erie as we get into Tuesday morning. But that'll put much of lower Michigan in a prime spot to pick up some pretty good snows, along with a lot of wind and falling temperatures. I suspect we could see near blizzard conditions over parts of the lower Great Lakes here as we get into Monday and Monday afternoon into Monday evening. The strong winds, fine snowflakes will really lower the visibilities over the entire area. So stay tuned. This could be a very important storm. And again, behind the storm, we expect that brutally cold air to move in. The 12Z WPC, not all that energetic on the precipitation away from the lakes. But again, we'll see how later runs. I think these will increase here as we go through the next couple of days. But again, these will be about 20 to 1 snowfall ratios, 15 for sure. So that would be around 4 to as much as, maybe even as much as a foot of snow. And again, I think that this precipitation amounts will increase here as we go through the next couple of days. As far as the expected snowfall from the WPC, again, over the next 72 hours, this will be before the storm, you can see the lake effect snow is definitely downwind from Lake Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. Again, if you're downwind in these snowbelt areas, you're going to get a lot of snow. And then if we look at the expected Canadian model here for the storm that ends 7 p.m. On Tuesday, you can see now the Canadian is a 10 to 1 snowfall ratio is what this is showing here. And again, if you have 15 or 20 to 1, you're talking about 6 or 8 inches across the Saginaw Valley. And then again, heavier amounts maybe over a foot in some areas, especially across southern lower Michigan. Again, we'll keep an eye on the track of that storm because the European and the latest GFS is definitely much farther north with the heaviest snows. And you can see the overnight run of the GFS shows this would be the Couture method, which takes into consideration those higher snowfall ratios, showing a lot of heavy snow across mid-Michigan off to the northwest here. And again, this also does include the lake effect, but you can see the inland areas will get pounded pretty good across the center part of the state, according to the GFS. And the European model also puts the almost identical location for the heaviest snow, maybe even a little farther to the southeast, but definitely clobbers mid-Michigan and areas to the north with over a foot of snow. And if we look at the in-house MAC weather computer, this was as of this morning about 5 o'clock, showing about 8 to 12 inches of snow across the area. It pumps out a whopping 88 hundredths of liquid equivalent here And again, 15-to-1 snowfall ratios would produce this. If we were to get 20-to-1, you can see where we'd be up around 16, 17 inches of snow. I think my forecast will reflect a little more conservative type forecast. Again, today highs only in the teens as we see temperatures begin to fall throughout the day. Again, it's going to drop down to around 1 degrees below zero tonight. Just a few snow showers, and then those snow showers last into Sunday on a scattered basis. And then our big storm comes in for Monday. And again, with the fine snowflakes, the tremendous amount of wind that might be possible, we could see near blizzard conditions. We'll go for about 6 to 9 inches of snow. But again, we may have to lower that or raise that. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. All along here for the last 4 or 5 days, I said, when we get into Saturday, we'll know a whole bunch more about that storm. And again, brutally cold temperatures as we get into the middle of next week. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and 73s to all.